Hello, this is Angela Anderson. Thanks for joining me tonight. We are going to be painting some flowers again. This is an Impressionist floral. That's the third part of a series, and I think it's going to be a good beginner project. Been seeing some really good results from the first two paintings, so we decided to do a third tonight. I'll be showing you step by step all the way through it, so let's get started. Okay, so here's an example painting. These were the first two. I can't quite get them all three on camera at the same time. They're too big, but these were the first two, and so I kind of combined the colors of both of those using the same palettes and just arranging them in a different way. Similar flowers, though. I wanted them all kind of coordinate and go together if you decided to put them up in your house or something. Sorry, did I hit the mic? There, sorry about that. I'm going to set that aside. I've got a 8x10. Is that an 8x10? No, I got a bigger one. Darn it. I need an 8x10. Sorry. Quick detour.
Hey there,
Fortunately,
everybody.
I have. Oh yeah, I've got my husband Mark here with me. Sorry.
That's okay. I'll take care of myself over here.
Thanks.
All right.
I just realized I was like, that looks awfully big compared to those. Yep. Okay. Got the right size now. 8x10. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna do the vase a little bit offset. So if you find that kind of the halfway mark, we're gonna go right kind of on this side of it and then do another line. We're about 2 inches from the edge there. And we're not showing a whole lot of that bottom of the vase. And I'm gonna do a large flower right here. And then a large leaf kind of coming off there. A couple small flowers right here. Large kind of purple one there, smaller one there. And then I was thinking I might just do, instead of doing all three of these white ones, I think I'm just going to do one large one and then another large pink one because this canvas is a little bit smaller. So I think I'm not going to try to crowd it out too much. I'm going to do a nice big white one right here. And then a little bit more purple there, a little bit more purple down here, and then a nice big pink one right here. And then we'll do lots of leaves and filler things in here. So and I think that that'll give us a little bit more room to work with. We'll do another little pink one here. So we'll do pink, some yellow. Yeah, I think that that'll be good. That'll just give us a little bit more room to work with. Maybe move that one up a little bit so we don't have this all crowded. Okay. And I'm just using regular school chalk here. This is blue chalk to make it easier for you to see, but that's about all the sketching we're going to do. Just a few simple circles. Just trying to kind of make my composition so that the flowers aren't all lined up together. Give some larger, smaller ones, and I did use a few photograph references that I found from the internet, but not any one particular one, so I don't have one to kind of show you, but you can kind of look up flower bouquets online and just kind of see how they're arranged. It just kind of helped me sort of decide how to arrange the leaves and that kind of thing. So I'm going to do the background the same color as we did the first two paintings, which is the purple and, you can zoom in a little bit, honey. Purple and Indian yellow. Let me go over our palette really quick. Quinacridone Magenta, Dioxazine Purple, Light Ultramarine Blue, Cobalt Blue, Phthalo Blue Green Shade, Teal, Phthalo Green, Permanent Light Green Permanent, Brilliant Yellow Green, got a hair, Cadmium Yellow Medium, Yellow Oxide, and this is Indian Yellow Hue, and then Titanium White. If you don't have these colors, you can still do this, just kind of adjust them to whatever colors you happen to have. It does not have to be exactly the same as mine, you know, just blues, greens, and yellows, and a little bit of magenta or red of some sort. And
so
should be good
those
to
are
go.
the layman's colors. Blue, another blue.
Exactly.
Green, another green. Some
Exactly.
yellow.
Right.
Done.
Done. Yep.
Is the hair optional?
The hair is optional.
Okay.
I'm not going to be shipping those, so
All right.
you
All right,
won't
make sure.
be able. You have to provide your own hairs.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to grab some ultramarine or light Phthalo Blue here. Just going to add that to kind of gray it out a little bit more, and we're going to add that. I'm going to add a little bit more white, and we're just going to kind of go along. I'm going to sort of go over these areas. I'm not worried too much about my drawing, so I want to make sure that I have this color over those areas. And working fairly thick with the paint, just kind of smushing it around, letting some brush strokes happen so that it's got some interest in the background here. So I've really enjoyed this series. I hope you guys have too. It's been really fun, and we've had, like I said, had some really cool paintings shared that have been done with these. So if you're new to painting, hope you will try some of these tutorials. It's our goal is to kind of help the beginner painter get over the fear of trying something new. And just, I'm a firm believer that painting is a skill, just like any other skill. Like, you know, if I was going to be learning to play the piano, which I gave up at in third grade, so that's not a great example, but you know, if I was wanting to stick with it and try that, you know, I wouldn't expect to do it perfectly on the first try. So I would give myself some time to learn it and practice. And that's the same thing with painting. Just because you don't have, you know, innate talent, quote unquote, very few people who start painting do have, you know, great talent for it. You know, I'm sure there are some, but I had to work at it just as hard as anybody else did to learn this, and it was very frustrating at first, but just put in the time and get some good teachers to help you, and you can do it. That's my goal, is to kind of help you through that, provide you some lessons that are totally doable for the beginner and intermediate painters. So we've got the whole background covered now. I'm going to lift up my edge of my canvas a little bit there because it's got some glare. Hopefully that'll help with that. You can zoom in even a little bit more if you want. I'll move it down. There we go. Nope, not that far. Okay, good. Yeah, no. I'm going to grab some Cobalt Blue. And I'm going to put some of that in here around the outside too. Just going to brush a little bit of that. Here and there. And that paint kind of creates some ghosting colors. These paints are still wet. If your paints have dried, just let them dry completely, and then you can still do this. You just have to let it dry completely. Acrylics will get sticky when they start to dry, so you don't want to mess with them when they're in the middle of drying, or they will lift completely off the canvas. They'll stick to your brush, and that is a big pain. And the tendency is, if you've got a hole of paint, you know, if you're brushing on, you know, your paint and it starts to lift off, and you've got a white spot on your canvas, you're going to keep going. You're going to keep trying to lay paint down, and it's just going to keep sticking, and the paint and the hole will get bigger and bigger and bigger because more paint is just going to be sticking to your brush. So the best thing to do if you've got a hole, you know, if you've done that and you've got a little section, is just to let it dry. Just step away. You can always cover it up, but the more you mess with it, the worse it's going to get. So it's a hard lesson to learn, but it's a very common problem with acrylics. So I'm going to take, I mixed a little bit of Phthalo Blue and purple here. I'm just making a dark purple color, and we're going to go over the top of our purple areas. Got a couple purple flowers here, so I'm just going to kind of tap those in randomly, and then kind of in between my flowers with this dark color. And there's another one right over here. So, hope you all are having a good week. We had a busy weekend, so we've been kind of playing catch up this week. It's always kind of, we have no groceries at all in the house. Still have not gotten to the grocery store.
Yeah, we went out of town last weekend after the show.
Right.
And then we went out of town this past weekend after the show.
So we've been gone 2 full weekends. And
so the days we normally go shopping.
Right. It hasn't happened, so.
So we're having stale bread.
Exactly.
Tonight for dinner.
Yeah, hashtag Feed Mark is not going to be that exciting tonight. Leftovers of some sort. Yeah, I'm going to use this, what's left over in my brush here. I just picked up a little bit of the background color, added a little bit of white to it. I'm just going to kind of lay out the sides of my vase and just lightly brush that in. Haven't really been focusing too much attention on these vases, so if you want to get super technical with them, I've got another video where I'd go into more detail about how to make glass shiny and how to kind of do the reflections in glass, and that is the pink bouquet. It's got a gray background and it's pink flowers with a glass vase, and in that video I really go into a lot of detail about how to do the glass. So these ones I haven't been worried about that as much. I've just been kind of putting little streaks down and kind of calling it good. So I'm just kind of pressing down here and letting that color kind of cause little reflections in that glass maybe. But so if you want to go a little bit more, deeper into it and get a little bit more detailed, go look, check out that video, and you can do your vases similar to that. Use the same kind of techniques. So, all right, I'm going to make some turquoise with Phthalo Green and Phthalo Blue here.
Somebody wants to know if you're speed painting.
Am I speed painting? No.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
That's just how fast you are on these.
Pretty much, yeah. These ones are very...
Well, let me say this. Is painting fast versus slow in the backgrounds like this, does that make a difference? Like, should you be, painting it fast?
I would say, yeah, it's better to probably paint it faster because the more...
well, you think about it?
Yeah, the more you think about it, the less intuitive and expressive it gets. The more kind of bogged down it gets. The more deliberate it gets. A lot of really interesting things happen when you paint faster and just kind of let things happen. So I would say, yeah, that go ahead and,
So in your other videos, when you did the rose and stuff where it was very realistic looking, you took your time.
Right.
You did that. Here you going more impressionistic.
Absolutely.
So you just wanted to kind of whip it on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly it. Good question.
Well, I didn't ask it. I just kind of embellished it.
Okay, so I'm going to put in some of these dark turquoise flowers here. I'm kind of putting in the darkest values first, like we normally do. Then we'll add some lighter colors on top. So I'm just going to add a few little streaks with this. Maybe do a large one down here. And I'm using a brush. I didn't mention my brush here, sorry. This is about a 3/4 inch flat. It's the number 8 Bright from the Princeton line, and I've got all the paint colors that I'm using listed down in the description of the video. If you click on the show more underneath the video, it'll pop down the description. It's got all my social media stuff there, so if you want to follow me on Pinterest or Facebook, we've got a group on Facebook where you can share your artwork with me. You can follow me on Patreon and support us, get it traceables and that kind of thing for $1 a month. So got all kinds of good information down there in the description for you, and links to all the products that we've got going on as well. I'll try to clean my hand off here.
I say, are you doing your nails over there or something?
No, I was just going to get my hand clean.
Getting paint on yourself again?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. That's normal. That's just what happens. All right, I'm going to grab my Filbert now. This is a number 4 Filbert, and Filbert just means it's rounded tip. You could use a flat for this too. It doesn't have to be a Filbert. It's about a 1/2 inch, I think. Something like that. Let's do the backgrounds of some of these roses. So I'm going to grab the teal and some white. And this white rose, there's a lot of teal in it, so I'm gonna start with that and just kind of lay in some of that. I'm gonna grab some of that purple, if I can get some. Lay in some of that purple from the background too. And then grab some Quinacridone Magenta and some purple. Mostly quinacridone though. We're just going to make it a little bit more violet. And it's mixing with the green, so it's kind of neutralizing a little bit. We'll use that for the background of our pink roses. And you can see I'm just kind of doing the messy circles. I'm not really worried about these being perfect. I want them to be irregular. So do them quickly. They'll be pretty dark to start with. And if we don't have the dark, your light colors won't pop out at you. So don't be afraid of going really dark in these first few layers. Don't let that paint psych you out. It'll do. The tendency is to see a painting that's finished and say, oh, there's white. I need to put down white. But then you don't realize that there's, all these really, really dark colors underneath there. That's what makes the white, pop. And really this is like 10% white, and the rest of it's all these other little colors. There's pink and blues and greens and yellows and things. It reads white overall because it's kind of the top brightest color, but there's a lot of other colors going on in there. And we got to put those down first. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of this yellow here, and I'm going to add a little bit of the Quinacridone Magenta and a little bit of white. This is the Indian yellow. If you don't have Indian yellow, you can use like an orange. It's kind of an orangey yellow, so use a little bit of orange and add a little bit of yellow to it. There we go. So just making kind of a light orange color. We're going to do that in the background of this one. A little bit more white to make it, see how these colors are transparent so they're not covering over. So we'll just need to add a little bit of white to it to get them to cover. Just add a little bit more white to my color. There we go. And I'll be using a little bit of this color in this white one too, so I'm going to use that up here.
I hear the lumberjacks are really liking this series that you're doing.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, at least the ones that like to press wildflowers.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I work all night. How does that go?
I think it's I sleep all night and work all
I
day.
sleep all night and work all day. I like to press wildflowers. I don't know.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it gets worse from there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an awesome song. Gosh, they need to revamp Monty Python for, they need to bring it back. I miss it. But
Yeah, kind of when we were kids is when it ended.
yeah. We watched it on PBS when we were first married. I'd never even watched it ever. Well, obviously my parents wouldn't have let me because it was too risque, but yeah.
Okay, so somebody has a real question here.
Okay, this is the greens. Sorry, I didn't mention what I
okay.
got. I just grabbed some greens.
Well, I
there.
think we could see that it was green.
Okay, all right.
But thanks.
Uh-huh.
They want to know if painting Impressionist flowers, will they need to do the comma stroke?
Some, yeah. Yeah, we went over that in my Facebook group this week. So, stuff like this one here would be similar to the comma stroke, where you're kind of setting your brush down. trying to think. But yeah, when you're doing these flowers especially, you're kind of doing them from either side and sort of, it's not as controlled as the, perfect brush strokes that you would do, for toll painting and that kind of thing, but it's similar. So yeah. I just kind of setting my brush down on an angle and lifting up, pulling it towards that stem there. Get this kind of thing bob. I'm going to do some dark underneath there. Kind of messed that up. I'm going to have to go back over it later.
Okay, don't follow that part.
I liked it better before I put the dark color on there. It's all right. I'll fix it later. We'll let it dry. Okay, so I'm just having to kind of figure out how to do this because I changed the composition a little bit, so it's taking me a little bit to figure it out. So I'm going to add some white to the pink color here that I've got. And we'll start kind of laying in those flowers. And I'm just going to figure out where I want my center and sort of do a couple of comma strokes around it, and then sort of lay in a couple of flower petals around it that are stacked. So 1, 2, 3, kind of make a box around the center, and then kind of go in between those to finish your loops, and then get bigger and less distinct as you go around like that.
Okay, Swiss wants to know, did you add green and yellow for the leaves?
Yes. Well, I didn't add yellow. I grabbed I had that yellow, this color in my brush already, and then I grabbed a little bit of this color and a little bit of this is the light green permanent and the phthalo green. And I wanted to say that you could make this color with cadmium yellow light. I don't have it on my palette today because I hadn't been using it, but it would be what you would mix with this phthalo green to get this brilliant green color. Cadmium yellow light with phthalo green, and then a little bit of white as well. And then with this one you would use the cadmium yellow medium or light with a little bit of white, but a little bit less, to get something similar to this. So this is a good color to have because it's a mixed color, but it's not an easily mixed color. So I would say that this light green permanent is a really good one to do if you're doing a lot of florals, because it's a good kind of bright green color. So
just saying, if you're in here watching us live, subscribe to Angela's channel. You can join us in chat and post your favorite Monty Python quote.
Ooh, there you go.
So the chat's having some good time with some quotes in here.
Favorite Monty Python quote?
Yeah.
Mine is a dead parrot.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that?
But no, somebody already posted that.
Yeah.
In there, yeah. Of
that
course.
Norwegian blue. He's a pining for the fjords. He's not dead.
I'm being repressed.
You're being repressed. That's your favorite. Mark likes to post that when I put him in the corner. Okay, I'm grabbing some straight quinacridone, and I'm just going to kind of tap that in and around in this to kind of darken up these bottom edges of this one. Yeah.
We got the spam.
Oh yeah, spam. Spam. Spam.
Those people are not right.
But I don't want spam. Oh,
all right.
gosh.
I'm sorry for everybody who joined to paint tonight or found this in the future.
Yeah.
But hey, you got to have fun. It's a stress-free environment.
That's right.
That's why you're painting, to get away from all the stress in the world and just have fun and enjoy it.
Absolutely. Try to make it fun. Hopefully. I'm going to mix these colors together with this teal that I mixed before to make kind of a light lime green or a light soft mint kind of almost color. So it's teal, and if you don't have teal is just phthalo green, phthalo blue, and white mixed together. So I've got this bright yellow green and the teal and some white here to make this color. And what are you laughing about now?
Somebody wants to know if you can paint them a shrubbery.
Oh,
Or someone did the quote. So you're saying coconuts are migratory?
oh, that whole movie, that whole series is so hilarious. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of put in some wispy stuff here with this. That is probably one of my favorite movies. I made Spencer watch it for the first time the other night. I don't think he got it quite. He was kind of confused, but he did laugh a little bit, but I don't know.
I shall taunt you a second time.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. All right, I'm going to make some large leaves with this right here. Just like this color. I think I want a little bit more of it. Let's do another leaf right here. Pretty. And don't feel like, you know, if you finish these paintings and you do color on these, that you decide, hey, you know, I really wish I'd use that color on this painting too. Don't feel like you can't, you know, just because this is quote unquote finished and you've got it signed, as long as, even if after you varnish a painting, you can still go back in and add more layers to it. So with this one, I might even have gone in and added a little bit of this Quinacridone Magenta because I did not use it at all in this painting, just to kind of tie them in even more. So feel free to, did I do it again?
That place for your paintings is not really nice next to your microphone, just saying.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, don't do that.
Did I
again.
touch it?
No, it's just it's
It
very
makes a
sensitive.
loud
So when you
noise.
get up close to that,
Okay.
it's like,
Sorry.
and that was my reenactment.
That was your
Yeah.
version of...
I want to see how close I got. Hold on, I'll be right back.
I think you're... Okay, I'm going to grab some ultramarine blue now. I've added a little bit of white to it. And light ultramarine blue is just plain ultramarine blue plus white. So if I kept going with this white, I'd get to this color. So I'm going to go a little bit darker, kind of in between. And we use that color to tap in our purplish flower that kind of is right in here. And then we'll do it right here. Be sure you leave a little bit of that purple showing. You don't want to cover it all up. And I'm going to grab a little bit more of that purple and a little bit of the Quinacridone Magenta and tap in a little bit of that kind of... These aren't really cone. The ones that I was looking at, they're not, I don't even know what kind of flower they were. They're kind of like this starburst purple thing. It wasn't a hydrangea, although it looks a little bit like a hydrangea. So, but you can kind of do your own, make it whatever you want it to be. That's the nice thing about these interpretive, you know, impressionist type of paintings. You can kind of let them be whatever kind of flowers you want them to be. Have fun with it. Like Mark said, no stress. Just kind of let it tap in, and I'm going to tap in some of this light ultramarine blue down in here just to kind of give it something happening down here. Maybe a few little taps of it up there. We'll tap in a little bit of it over the top of these. It should be a little bit lighter than what we've already put in. We've done it right. There we go. We'll put it in a few. Just a few random little bits. Okay, and then there's a little bit of this color in our white flower and a little bit of it in the pink one too. So we'll put a little bit of this sort of in some of our pink shadows just toward the bottom of these a little bit.
Got a super chat from Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you so much.
That was sweet. We appreciate that.
It looks like she has a corgi for a, what do you call that? The picture next to your name?
Meme, or not meme, avatar.
Yeah. She's got a picture of a corgi.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to grab some white now, and we'll start grabbing a little bit of yellow, cadmium yellow, and we'll make kind of a light yellow color. Sorry, I'm off camera there. We did get our cables tonight, so
Yeah,
hopefully Saturday.
we're not very bright on the technical side.
No,
So.
we ordered our big fancy part and forgot to order the cables that go with it. So
Yeah, we realize that the cable that we currently have will not reach.
yeah, it won't even reach halfway where it needs to go.
So yeah, we had to order some more stuff.
Yeah,
So hopefully Saturday
hopefully
show
we'll have a palette cam.
we'll have a palette cam, and then it'll be Mark's fault that you can't see what's going on.
You can put up the picture. I've got a picture of the example.
I had it up there
Oh,
earlier.
did you?
I
Okay.
took it off because
Okay.
you were showing your palette, so I
Oh,
didn't want
that's
to block
fine.
it. So it's back up there.
Okay,
I
so
did it all without you telling me.
You're awesome.
I'm learning over here.
Grab some brighter cadmium yellow now, and I'm going to tap in a little bit of that right there, a little bit of it in this flower. So this one's going to be more yellow. This one's going to be the white one up there, even though it doesn't look at all white yet. It'll get there. So brighter yellow there. Grab a little bit of the Quinacridone Magenta and some more of that yellow color. We'll make a bright orangey color. We'll use a little bit of that in the center and some down here on the bottom of our yellow rose. See how just a few little, don't overdo it. I think that that's the mistake that a lot of people make when they get going on these. They get a color and they feel like they need to cover it everywhere. Just a couple, 1, 2, stop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's all you really need. It's just a few little touches of these colors go a long way. Put a few little dabs of it up there. And then I'm gonna make a little thing that's coming up here with these colors. So I'm gonna use this color up there, and I'm gonna use some over. Let's see, we'll use it up in here, like that. So if I'm adding a new color, I usually tend to try to do it in multiples of 3 or 5. So there's 5 of the pink flowers, there's 1 of each of these, or there's 3 now of the yellow-ish ones, orangey yellow ones. So that's just a deliberate kind of design decision. You don't have to follow that rule, but it does help with composition. It kind of helps make things a little bit easier. Just, it's going to be a little bit more visually pleasing if you do it that way. So now I'm going to grab the white, and we'll go ahead and put in our white sections on this flower, and I'm going to do these large, and I'm going to keep the white mostly at the top section here. So I'm going to go around our center and on top. There we go. I might grab some of that mint color, and I'm going to mix it with my white. So our cat's scratching to get in. Our animals are being so weird lately. So our cat Cashmere, we got her. We didn't buy her. We got her as a kind of a rescue. She was found abandoned by her mom when she was a kitten. So she was covered with ticks, and we washed her off, and I think that the whole experience kind of traumatized her. So for a long time, she would not even let you pet her. And she kind of was she wouldn't really let you hold her or anything like that. And every now and then she'd let you she'd come up on your lap if you were really still and didn't touch her. And lately, she's just been like a cat all of a sudden. She wants to be petted, and she's like, what, 8, 9? So it's like all of a sudden, she finally decided, you know what, these guys are okay. I think I'll let them pet me, and I kind of want to hang out with them. And she comes, sits on my lap all the time now, and it's like freaking me out because I'm like, what happened to our cat? She just doesn't do this. So funny. Animals. She's finally acting like a cat. Now she's scratching to get in here like she wants to hang out with us. Scratching at the door. That's like so not like her.
She was like, hey, wait a minute. It's nice to be pet.
Yeah. Hey, I've been missing out.
Yeah, she just sits there, like I said, with disgust.
Yeah. Okay, this is that light green color here. This is the light. I'm just going to add a little stems to this. I don't know. People don't care about our cat. I don't know why I'm telling them. But it's just funny that she's scratching at the door. I don't know if they can even hear it, but I definitely think this is working out better on this smaller canvas. You can kind of put little details in your leaves too. Put a little stripy things there on that one. Get as detailed as you want to be. This is fun. Okay. Let's put some long brushstroke ones. So I'm just using the edge of my brush. If you have a hard time making small lines with these flat brushes, just use a smaller liner brush. And I'm going to set this down on its corner and pull in quickly as I lift and just kind of flick it towards the center to create these leaf shapes. Go right over the top of all these other things. You're adding layers, visual layers, interest to your painting by doing that. So we'll do another one over here. Do one up here. Down here. Here again, doing 3 of them so that they kind of match. All right, let's do a large leaf right here. And if you've got little open areas that you want to fill up, then just stick a leaf in there. Real easy little way of kind of filling in areas. Let's do one down here. Getting Phthalo Blue here, adding it with that color. That was the green mixture here that I had made before, that lime green color. I just pulled a little bit more of that bright green into it. So it was that kind of lime green color plus a little bit of that bright yellow green to make the color that I just used for this here. Added a little bit of white to it too. And then outline some of these. Maybe add a little bit of it there. We're almost done, really. I mean, these go by really fast. They're so fun to do. Let me grab some teal color. I'll add a little bit of teal details to these leaves here. These dark turquoise ones. And some of them are covered up, so just kind of do the best you can to get some detail in there. They don't have to be perfect. It's a nice thing about these paintings, they can kind of just evolve. All right. Liking this. Let's throw in a few dabs of this color up here. Just a few random dabs. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit down in the vase too. I'm going to go back in. I feel like it got a little bit bright here, so I'm going to grab some phthalo, or some of the purple and phthalo blue. Make that dark purpley blue color. I'm just going to tap back in some of that in around these flowers here, just to darken them up a little bit. If they got too light. Just want to have some really dark areas in there. I'm going to put a dark leaf right here. It really helps to have some little contrast colors happening. There we go. Blue now. Grab the Cobalt Blue. I'm just going to put a few dabs of the Cobalt Blue here and there. Just introduce some of that color. They don't even really have to make any sense. They can just kind of be floating out by themselves. Very good. Okay, so I feel like the flowers here could use a little bit more work, so I'm going to add a little bit of Quinacridone Magenta to my light pink, or my light yellow color, and make a light kind of peachy pink color. And just grab a little bit more white there. Squeegee off the extra paint. Just smush it off the side of my plate there. There we go. Get some of these little things happening. Brighten up those pink flowers a little bit. Kind of going in between. I don't want to cover up all my dark areas, so I'm just kind of keeping it to the upper brighter areas of those flowers. These will kind of match the pink ones that we did here, so I'm kind of using some of the same colors. Sorry, I won't put it back up there. Just lay it right there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this color in this one here. Maybe grab a little bit more of my pink, so it'll show up. And use a little bit of this in my yellow rose. Grab some of that light pink, and we'll use a little bit of it in this one too. What you looking for, hon?
Oh, people asking.
I'm gonna make a medium color. Brands I use golden, and this bright green is the Liquitex color. So
you got 4 Liquitex over here, so
yeah, but they make it in the other. The only one that's not made in golden is this one, Brilliant Yellow Green.
Oh, okay.
Everything else can be either or.
Okay.
Okay. bit white. There's a lot of layers in these. I mean, you don't want to overdo it, and if you go too far, you'll have, you know, too much of, you'll lose all your dark areas. So if you do that, just add more dark in, but just kind of wanting lots of different colors happening in here. Just going to add a little bit more of each one of these until I'm happy with it. So stop at whatever point that you're happy with your flowers. And if you're having trouble with it, a lot of times it really helps to get, it helps me, two different things will help. One is just to kind of walk away from it for a little while and come back. Set it up somewhere where you can kind of keep an eye on it and look at it every now and then. See if something kind of pops out at you. And if nothing happens, or, you know, you just really still can't see what to do, post it in one of my groups, my Thankful Art group, and just ask for some suggestions. The people in there are very nice. The number one rule is be kind. So anytime critiques are offered, they're always done with with a lot of sensitivity. People are very kind because we're all, you know, they've all, most of them are beginners themselves, or they're kind of, you know, maybe a little farther along on their journey than you. But everybody is very, very nice in there. And if you're not nice, you get kicked out. So there you go. It's pretty simple rule. Be kind, you know. And we're very, very strict about that. Okay, I've got the light yellow now. I've kind of mixed again, and I still had that pink in my brush, so it kind of made this sort of soft yellow. And I'm going to go over the top of these and just add a highlight to those pink, or the kind of.
The number 2 rule is don't take any art advice from me.
Number 2 rule is Mark likes to stir things up. He's had people leave because of his posts, so just be careful. Just take whatever he does with a grain of salt. He does not mean to offend anybody.
Boho picture.
It's called Ratpocalypse.
Ratpocalypse. Boho rat forever is in my heart.
Boho rat got a lot of negative press.
And a lot of positive press.
I thought it was hilarious, but I would not have posted him in the group. I was on vacation at the time, so he I think he knew.
But since she needs a sound guy, I haven't been fired, so.
No, I'm not complaining.
I might teach a tutorial.
Didn't like it
for Boho Rat.
I think there were a few people that were disappointed that you didn't do Boho Rat, because after you posted it, they're like, "Wait a minute, I thought we were doing Boho Rat." I did. I had a couple people asking me about it. So okay, I'm thinking. I don't know. What do you think? Do we need anything else? Let's put a little bit of this yellow down in the vase too. I don't know. I kind of like it.
We got another super chat from Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you so much for your donations, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Very kind. Helps keep us.
I think it was a mention of Boho Rat. He was like, "Oh man, I got to donate to that."
She was like, "That was my favorite."
Or she might be paying, say, "Please don't bring it back." I don't know which.
Could be one or the other. Okay, I'm going to use white here. I'm just going to do some white on the tips of these. Yeah, I don't know. That was live and learn, you know. Not everybody thinks what you think is funny, so we all have different. We had pet rats. We're not rat haters at all. But Mark couldn't pass up the opportunity to put flowers on the dead rat, so.
Oh, now you let the secret out. It was never really truly known.
That's true. Sorry. I ratted you out. Huh. Oh. See, I did a pun.
Oh, gosh. From the person that hates puns. That was pretty good, actually. You dirty rat.
Oh, God. No, stop.
And chat's going to go wild now.
Oh, no.
Oh, we got another super chat from Carol Reed. Thank you so much.
Carol?
I think she's saying, please stop.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Stop.
Here,
No
I'll
puns.
give you money. Stop talking
Please,
about
no
rats.
puns. Adding a little bit of really bright white with the light ultramarine here. Almost done. I'm going to add a little highlights to this. Just kind of outlining some of these flowers here. Maybe a couple dabs in here. I really like this one. This one may be my favorite out of all three because it's got more colors. I'm more of a color girl. I like a lot of color. So here's the three of them side by side. I don't know if you can see those. You can't. I don't know if you can. Yeah, take that picture off there. So let me move it up there. Okay. You put them there, there. There we go. Good. Sort of semi. Somewhat got them. Let me move these two over here. There we go. Made them in that way. Cute. I feel like we could probably fit more flowers into this one, but kind of more matches the style of this one. Maybe made the flowers a little bit bigger on that one, but it works. So hope you try this.
People in chat are saying our puns are cheesy. The rat puns are cheesy.
Yeah. Oh God, no.
Yeah, and what about Stickman?
You started it.
Stickman gonna get another flower?
Stickman's gonna get another flower.
Oh
Let's
my
give him another
gosh.
flower. Let's see.
So
What does he
Stickman
need?
is our mascot.
Yes, Mark.
It's my art contribution to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do t-shirts.
We'll give him some.
With Stickman.
Let's give him some braids, or some hair here. We'll give him some.
Give us thumbs up if you want Stickman t-shirts. I gotta convince Angela people want them.
He's getting leaf hair here. There we go. Nice. Pretty sweet. He's pretty much full up. I don't know. Mark
I'm gonna have
painted
to
the
do-
new. Where is
I
the new one?
did.
Oh, it's in my car.
It's
in my
still in there?
glove box. Yep, I put all of them in there to keep them safe.
Okay.
So we'll pull them out maybe this weekend. I think we're gonna do a jellyfish on Saturday. I was gonna do a wolf, but then I kind of decided I don't want to do another really long one right now. I think a jellyfish is kind of more after that tiger. The tiger kind of wiped me out. So, oh, I need to sign it. Thank you. Oh, okay. I almost did it. I almost did it. I didn't do it though. I stopped. All right. I'm using my Pigma FB Sakura pen. It's a waterproof, light, fast pen. You really don't want to use Sharpies to sign your paintings unless you want it to fade. A pen like this, or let me zoom in here, or like a Pitt artist pen. I have a link to the Pitt pens down in the description. They're really great for this too. So this is a little bit more a smaller version of this one. It's just a different brand, but basically the same type of ink. And hope you enjoyed this, and thank you so much. Thanks to our Patreons who have been helping support our channel. We've been able to add all kinds of new fun equipment, and hopefully next Saturday we'll have our palette cam for you. So, and that is all about you guys helping support us. So we really appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you.